Welcome back to the Explainer. And hey, if you're here, that means one thing. You did it. You made it through all 15 modules on building a private cloud for AI. Seriously, that is a huge accomplishment. So first and foremost, a massive congratulations to you. You've done the really hard work, the deep dive. And now we get to pull it all together in a quick, high-speed review. Yeah, you've put in the hours, you've absorbed all those technical details, and now our job is to connect all those dots for you. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of the tech, though, let's just quickly set the stage. All right, just a quick but really important heads up here. What we're doing is a review of what was covered in each module of that tutorial, using private cloud for AI initiatives, advantages, disadvantages, and trade-offs. It's basically an overview, and it's based on a super comprehensive report by Virtualization Options LLC. Now, this means it's for general guidance only, okay? It comes with no warranty, and it is definitely not legal or financial advice. So as always, we highly recommend you talk through any plans with your own financial, technical, and legal pros before you take any action. And one last thing, keep in mind, these modules we went through, they really only scratch the surface of what's in that full research report. So here's how we're going to tackle this review. We've broken it down into 5 key stages. And we're going to follow the exact same path you took in the course, right? We'll start with the physical foundation, then build up that core tech stack, master the control plane, and finally get to that strategic layer where, everything just clicks into place. All right, let's get right into it. Part 1. We started at the only place you can start, the physical, tangible bedrock of any AI infrastructure. I mean, if you get this part wrong, trust me, nothing else you do is going to matter. So remember Module 1? We kicked things off by getting into the right mindset. And that is building a private AI cloud. Well, it's not just another tech project. No way. It is a massive business strategy. It's a conscious choice you make when you need things like data sovereignty, rock-solid performance, and that deep, granular customization. And then we immediately hit the harsh reality of power. Remember, in Module 2, we called this the #1 project killer for a reason. I mean, think about it. A single AI rack can guzzle the same amount of power as 60 homes. It's just staggering. And again, if you get the power wrong, the whole project is dead on arrival. And you know what follows power, right? Heat. So much heat. That's what Module 3 was all about, cooling. It's a simple law of physics. Every single watt of power you pump in has to come out as heat. And to really wrap your head around that, a single 50 kilowatt rack is pumping out the same amount of heat as 35 to 40 home furnaces, all running at once. That's the insane scale of the cooling challenge we're talking about. Okay, so this slide from Module 4 just perfectly lays out the final piece of our foundation, the network. And the key thing to remember is that we have 2 totally different kinds of network demands. You've got your north-south traffic, right? That's about getting data in and getting your answers out. Simple enough. But then you have east-west traffic. Oh man, that's the monster, that's the ultra-fast terabit per second fabric, where all the GPUs are constantly chattering with each other during training. It is a completely different beast. Okay, so with that physical foundation solidly built, it was time to move up the stack. In modules 5 through 8, we started building the actual engine of our AI cloud. The core components that do all the real heavy lifting. Module 5, of course, was all about the star of the show, the GPU. And this chart, it just nails the core lesson, doesn't it? The bigger your AI model, the more GPU memory you need. It's a direct relationship, and it can scale up into the hundreds and hundreds of gigabytes fast. But here's the thing we learned in modules 6 and 7. A GPU is like a world-class race car. It's only as fast as the pit crew and the fuel line. Your system memory has to be absolutely massive. We're talking 4 to 6 times your total GPU memory just to get the data ready. And your storage, it has to be blazing fast to keep that pipeline full. Otherwise, those super expensive GPUs are just sitting there twiddling your thumbs. And we wrapped up this whole section in Module 8 by talking about virtualization. And this brought us to a really critical fork in the road, a big decision. Do you go with bare metal to squeeze out every last ounce of performance, or do you use a technique like GPU pass-through, which gives you all the flexibility of virtual machines, but without a huge performance hit? It's a classic trade-off. Okay, so at this point, the hardware is all racked and stacked. So in the next set of modules, we had to shift gears. We moved our focus up to the software layers, the really critical stuff that actually controls, secures, and automates all of this powerful and very expensive hardware. And this slide just lays out that progression perfectly. It's a logical buildup, right? First, in Module 9, we learned to package our workloads into containers with Docker and Kubernetes. Then, in Module 10, we locked it all down with a zero-trust security framework. In Module 11, we made it all repeatable and consistent using infrastructure as code. And then the grand finale in Module 12, we got to the point where we can actually use AI to help manage the AI infrastructure itself. Pretty cool, right? All right, for our final block of modules, we had to zoom out. We pulled way back from the nitty-gritty implementation details and started looking at the big picture, the strategic layer. We're talking about the operations and, just as importantly, the financial decisions that will ultimately make or break this entire endeavor. And this table really shows how we tied it all together. Module 13 was all about MLOps, bringing that DevOps discipline to machine learning to make sure our models were reliable and repeatable. Then, in Module 14, we got clever, looking at a hybrid cloud strategy, blending private and public to get the best of both worlds: cost, control, scalability. And finally, and this is so critical, in Module 15, we built the actual business case. We did the financial analysis to justify this massive investment. So, here we are. After 15 modules, we've covered everything from the plug on the wall to complex financial models. So what's the big takeaway? What's the one crucial point you need to walk away with from this whole journey? Look, you've mastered all the individual components. You now literally hold the complete blueprint for this thing, from the power outlet all the way up to the API that serves up a prediction. So I'll ask again, what is that final, most critical lesson? And here it is. The final lesson is this. Public cloud is amazing for experimenting, for trying things out. But when you're talking about sustained 24/7 production-level AI workloads, the cost predictability of a private cloud becomes its single most powerful, most compelling advantage. Period. So, one last time, a huge congratulations on finishing this incredible course. You are now genuinely equipped with the knowledge you need to make what is truly one of the most significant and strategic technology decisions of the next decade. Your blueprint is ready. Now go build the future.